What a lot of people don't understand is whenever there's a gathering of people diverting their energy and their consciousness, literally just any sort of attention in a public gathering, that energy is usually very useful, especially for people that have mastered spirituality. And also when you observe closely, even in churches during praise and worship, the pastor who's leading over there on the podium, they have some sort of like spiritual authority over the whole, choreography of what's happening in terms of their voice, their mannerisms, their conduct, and the way they gesture to the rest of the crowd. And you realize most of the people just, whenever a singer, songwriter, or a performer is on the podium, whenever they raise their hand to sing, everybody raises their hands. And that's energy. And also you need to understand those that gathered, or those that gather in some of these concerts, those songs that are being performed, are they praising your God or the writer's God or the singer's or the performer's God? And that's what I'm telling you. It's an automatic sacrifice. And this sacrifice happened even before this artist landed right here in Kenya. And first of all, you need to understand that all stages, all podiums where artists perform, they're usually raised higher than the crowd. So you'll never see a person performing from underground. And that means it symbolizes glory. You've lifted this person spiritually and even physically. So they have authority over you. And also if you observe very closely, wherever this artist is, they have risen in rank spiritually. Anyways, let me get to what the BBC had to write about this incident that happened at Kasarani, literally at Nyayo, not Kasarani. So Afrobeat star Asake has said he's heartbroken following the death of a 20-year-old woman during a crash at Nairobi's Nyayo Stadium at a concert he headlined last Saturday. The Nigerian artist said on Instagram on Monday evening, quote unquote, those responsible should be held accountable. He knows he's the one who's responsible. Kenyan police said the young woman was trampled to death near the stadium entrance. The situation was later brought under control and the concert went ahead. Investigations are ongoing. Authorities in Kenya have confirmed to the BBC that one person has died following a crash at Nya. Literally, it was a stampede. So some of the reasons they're giving is because the gates were delayed to be opened. But usually, what usually happens, even if you were to backtrack it and relate it to the AFCON and even the Raila Odinga situation, is that crowds usually overwhelm security personnel. So there's lack of crowd control, and crowd control needs massive security forces. And also it needs structure. So the barriers or the barricades that are usually erected to prevent people from jumping over, just in case if that concert had a VVIP or a VIP or just a normal regular, there need to be structures erected, very strong structures with massive security. Probably it was not there. And for a person, and it's in the spirit of festivities. People are looking for places to go have a good time. And so I 1,000% believe that this death happened even before Asake landed right here in Kenya. It happened spiritually because some of these artists know these things. They know it very well. And sometimes they know who will die, and they will never go for the ugly person. They always go for the beautiful person. And that's why you're seeing, the mother speaking out. They'll do everything. They'll mention, crowd control, ticketing, tukutani, But what I'll advise the mother is, go find an advocate of the High Court who is specialized in entertainment law and sue the production of the record label that's managing Asake. Give them a restraining order that will bar Asake from performing anywhere across the globe, and come up with an amount, $50 million US. Because there's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is maybe to seek compensation. It's not going to raise this lady back to life. She has lost her life, and that's a loss to her family and even her own damn life. So sue Asake. The record label is not going to do anything. But spiritually, they know what they've gained. They've gained massively. Look at even concerts that previously, I think, was it Travis Scott? People just get injured. There's always a stampede and blood is spilled. So usually when you channel a lot of energy onto that person, they become, they rise in spiritual rank. And physical conscious energy, whenever it accumulates, it has to manifest physically. And it manifests as blood. And so that's when you realize somebody just falls, somebody got drunk, they exit the concert while they're crossing the road, they're run over by a car. It's usually the energies that are lacking in some of these concerts. And whenever it's also past midnight, always ensure that you leave a club before midnight. Always ensure clubs, concerts, events, and these social hangout places where people are converging, leave before midnight because you're not ready for what's going to find you there. So I 1000% believe that this Asake dude has elevated spiritually in rank. And you wait for his progress next year. You will see the way he'll be pumping.